Okay, so this video is going to be about nested function and how to combine functions together to get more things done. So let's get started with our first example. We have last name, first name, and we want to combine both of these, but we also want to make them proper. By that I mean some of them are all lowercase, some of them are all caps. What we want to do is we want to make sure the first letter is capital and everything else is lowercase. So let's get started. So we can go ahead and start with our first function, proper, which does exactly what we're talking about, where the first letter would be caps and everything else would be lowercase. So we're going to select the first function, proper, click OK. And then what we want to do is we also want to combine the last name and the first name. So we're going to use another function called concatenate that combines the two. So we're going to go ahead and insert that within this function. So you see how this proper and then concatenate. So now what text do we want to give? We want to give it the last name. Then we want to say, okay, after last name, put a comma. Then we say, okay, well, before you start with the first name, a space would be nice. Put a space, and then we're going to say, okay, let's go ahead and put the first name. So now we did this, and notice how it made the H capital and the O capital, and they were not caps in this, like our inputs. And it also combined it, put a comma, and it put the space, which was the concatenate function. So we have a proper and a concatenate. Both of those things happen at the same time. And now what we're going to do is we're going to click on our fill handle. It's like the little box right there, and it will fill down. You have to actually double click, and then let's go to bonus. The bonus, we're going to do pretty much the same thing. We're going to combine two functions to get a value for the bonus. So let's say this company gives a bonus if you make more than $1 million in sales and you have a customer service score higher than 90%. So these are the expected things from the company. They won't give you a bonus if you have a lower than 90% score, and they won't give you a bonus if you have less than $1 million in sales. So we want to do this in a function. So what are we going to do? The first thing we want to say if these conditions are met. So we're going to start with clicking on our formula icon again, and we're going to start with the if function. So it says logical test. So what is a logical test? These are the conditions that have to be true or false for this function to make a decision. Well, we have two of these conditions. So what we're going to do is we're going to say and. So we're going to, first condition was that our monthly sales has to be greater than or equal to our expected sales, and we would have to make this an absolute reference. And if you're not sure about absolute reference, that's a very important thing to find out, and please YouTube or Google that. So our next logical test would be saying, hey, you know what, the customer service score has to be greater than or equal to what the company expects. So, and what we have to do is we also have to make this an absolute reference. So these two things are conditions, and they both have to be true. So now we're going to go back to our if function. So if both of these are true, what are we going to do? We're going to take their monthly sales, and we're going to give a bonus. Actually, sorry, monthly sales times the bonus rate. And again, we're going to make this an absolute reference. If it's false, we're not going to give any bonus, because that's what the company requirements are. They want both, again, $1 million in sales and the 90%. So we're going to go ahead and do 0. So Oliver gets a $50,000 bonus, and then we're going to go ahead and double click on this to fill down, and we see all these other sales rep are getting bonuses, and some of them are not getting bonuses. So let's look at this guy, Johnson. He did not get any bonus. He has $1 million in sales, or $100 million in sales, and but his score is below 90%. So let's say he really works hard on improving his customer service skills and gets a better score. And now he gets really huge bonus because he had really, he is a real outlier and he does 100 million and everybody else is doing $1 million. So now let's say this another one of these salespeople, let's say Taylor, 100%, really great scores. But what if you give him 89%? See, he would go to 0. So it's important that you understand that both of these conditions have to be met for any bonus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this sheet online, and so you can go ahead and practice. And then I also put an answer key just in case you want to see it all done, and so you can go ahead back and double check. And that's pretty much it. And good luck with nested functions.